So I keep hearing, walk it like you talk it, walk it like you talk it. And I don't know if that is a song or something. I'm not really sure. But that's the message that keeps coming through. I've been hearing it all morning. Walk it like you talk it. And it feels like this message is really about you being able to follow through with what you've been receiving. So it does feel like you've been receiving some type of guidance, you've been receiving some type of epiphanies, some type of realization or clarity, and you're being guided to take action on this thing. You're being guided to make moves. And it does feel like there's a part of you that wants to make the move and do the thing. And then there's a part of you that's kind of holding you back from being able to do this. And it feels very much like there's like a yuckiness in my tummy. So it's kind of like this anxiety or this fear that you're having about this thing that's causing you to procrastinate, prolong, put it off, not follow through. There's just like the sense of kind of doubt that I'm feeling about your ability to be able to bring this thing into fruition, your ability to be able to actually do this thing. And just like there's a little bit of like fear of visibility, is what I just heard, like a fear of being seen. And part of that is because you're struggling to see yourself clearly. You're struggling to like be able to see yourself in all of your power and ability and capabilities. There's a part of you that is or has like kept yourself kind of small, even in the way that you view yourself and what you're capable of, because there's a part of you that feels safer there. And this is part of what is blocking you from actually stepping into who you are meant to be and the next step that you're being called to take. It does feel like I just feel like angel devil kind of energy. Like I feel like this pull to make the move and do the thing. And then I feel this like tug of being pulled back. Like there's very much this like tug of war energy, I guess, going on. Um, where it's like once you take a step forward, all of a sudden you end up taking so many steps back, or it feels like you're taking so many steps back. And what I'm being called to say is that the discomfort is part of the process, it's part of the journey, and it's learning how to manage that discomfort and learning how to move through it. And it does feel like you're the type of person who's a little bit avoidant when it comes to discomfort, and you're reading this discomfort as actually something that means it's not the right path. Like you're reading the discomfort and the uncomfortability as being information that this is not the way forward. That if it was meant to be, or if this was meant to be the way I was meant to go, then I wouldn't feel uncomfortable. I wouldn't be doubting myself, right? Like, um, I wouldn't be unsure. And I want to just say that, like, I'm feeling called to say that that's not accurate or true. Most of the time, what scares us is actually what we are supposed to be doing. And that's like part of growth, right? We don't grow where we're comfortable, we grow in discomfort. And so when we are feeling called to do something, there's this excitement that happens for us, like this exciting, I don't know, optimistic kind of perspective or experience that we have. And then when we actually start taking the steps to do it, that's when the fear comes up, the discomfort comes up, the worry comes up, um, the nervousness, the anxiety, right? And that's not information that what you're doing is wrong or inaccurate or is not correct. That is part of the challenge of overcoming. So I'm talking to somebody who has walked through a lot of fires personally. And it feels like you have walked through a lot of fires when it's come to kind of relationship dynamics and a lot of fires within your life. And they're saying that they want you to think about this as another fire that you're walking through, that you're learning to overcome, not that you're learning to walk away from, because you've already walked through the fire so many times, right? But it feels like the fire that you're walking through or being asked to walk through or being guided to walk through right now feels different than the other fires. And I'm definitely feeling this energy of this fear of being burnt by this fire. Um, and it feeling like there's just so much on the line when it comes to this actual fire that you're being asked to walk through. And I don't want to discount that there isn't all of these things on the line, right? But those things on the line that you're feeling are part of what is coming up for you around fear, right? And this not being good enough and just not fully trusting yourself to be able to overcome this, to be able to move through this, to be able to conquer this. And I want you to remember everything that you've been through in your life and all of the fires that you've already walked through. You've always made it to the other side. So, why would this be any different? What's making this one different is the way that you are choosing to think about this one. Because this one isn't any different than any of the other fires that you've walked through and that you've overcome and that you've come out the other side of. And there is a chance and a likelihood that you will get burnt along the way, but that's all part of the course, is kind of what I'm hearing. Par for the course? I don't know. I think that's a saying. That's kind of what's coming through. That's all par for the course. And it's interesting because, like, what's coming through is that you can really see the big picture of what this could be. It's just the journey to getting there that is bringing up discomfort and worries and fears and just kind of anxiety. And so I'm hearing like, stop procrastinating, stop putting this off. Like, it's time to take action. It's time to move forward. It's time to show yourself how capable you actually are. And so this thing that you are wanting to step into is going to be so successful. And it's actually exactly what you have always wanted for yourself. There's a part of you that is imagining and seeing this bigger picture thing because it's very authentic to who you are. And it's actually going to bring you so much joy and so much happiness and so much fulfillment. And there's a part of you that knows that, and a part of you that has already seen that end goal, that end point, and has already been able to feel those feelings of what it will be. It's the in between space of getting there that feels unknown in some ways, but also like it feels very like weeble wobbly. Like weebles wobble, but they don't fall down. Like just very, I don't want to say confusing, but it feels very like overwhelming. Is kind of the energy that's coming through. The other thing that's kind of coming through with this too is that I'm hearing that you may have all of these ideas of how to bring this big picture thing into fruition for yourself. And I'm feeling called to say, like, it's important to focus on one thing and move with that thing and be repetitive and consistent and reliable with that thing. And then once that thing has completed, then picking up the next thing. Like, it just, I'm seeing somebody who's holding a lot, like there's a lot of balls in the air, and it's too much. And it's kind of causing energy leaks in a way where it's making it really difficult for you to finish anything fully or be completely dedicated to anything fully. So there's definitely this kind of like message coming through about really focusing on one thing at a time and being really present with what you're focusing on and finishing that to completion before starting something else. It does feel like there is going to be this energy that you're going to have to tap into within yourself, like this very deep power within yourself around what you actually are capable of and what you can do. And it feels like as you walk this journey that is scary and unknown, you are going to kind of surprise yourself in some ways. And it's going to surprise you how capable and strong you actually are. And in a really beautiful way, though, in a way where you're going to start to see yourself the way that other people have always seen you. Ooh, that's beautiful. So there's a part of you that has never really fully seen yourself in the same way that other people view you. And I just feel like you're really hard on yourself. And that's also probably why you've been so successful in your life and walked through so many fires and came out the other side, is because the being hard on yourself has its benefits, right? You get shit done. It's the reality. And then there's also the negative side to that when we're too hard on ourselves or we're too critical of ourselves, right? Or we beat ourselves up too much. And that then like causes us to kind of see ourselves differently. And it feels like you're overcoming that piece more and more. And you're starting to see yourself in the way that everybody else has always seen you. You are a force to be reckoned with. You're a force. And the reality is that you can do anything that you put your mind to. It just takes you being able to dedicate and be consistent and follow through. And you're completely capable of doing that. But it does feel like there's just a lot of balls in the air. And so it's really about kind of choosing that one thing and taking the time to really water that one plant and take care of that one plant and nurture that one plant and put all of your energy into that space rather than energetically leaking it all over the place. Because once this one plant is really good, then you can start to take care of other plants. Then you can add more to your plate, right? I'm just like feeling this energy of someone who's definitely felt very spread thin. And part of that is because of the focus that you're having and needing to recognize like what deserves your focus and where to put your focus and where your focus needs to be pulled back in some ways. There is this feeling that you're in this stage of kind of making the moves to walk it like you talk it, right? Like starting to move in that direction. And I think there's just like this really deep need to just trust yourself that you can overcome anything and you can do anything if you put your mind to it. So, if this does resonate with you, can you leave me? I'm going to write 111 in the comments because it feels like what you're trying to bring in and what you're working towards is this new beginning. And this is something that you're creating for yourself. So, and you have the power to do that. You are beyond powerful. Never forget that. I do want to just let you know that if you are struggling with self doubt, you are hesitating, you are struggling to trust yourself, you are cycling and doubting yourself and not sure how to move forward, I did build this 3 month container called the Sovereign Self that helps you to be able to build self trust, stop doubting yourself, get rid of self sabotage. We pull it out by the root. We understand the beliefs that are blocking us and we pull those out by the root and transform them into something different. The 3 month course is based on really building trust and confidence within yourself, showing yourself the evidence that you can do that, and then also being able to help you to be authentic and visible around other people and in general, and set boundaries with other people, hold boundaries with other people. The whole course is based off of helping you to enter the identity that you are trying to move towards with support. You don't have to do this alone. And so there's a community based aspect to this. There's private coaching aspect to this if you choose. There's also group coaching. There's a course line that it goes with. And so you don't have to walk this path alone. And you can receive help to move into this next identity that you are moving towards of who you are meant to be. So if you would like to take a look at that, you can go to crystalclearmystic.com and just know that your next level is only a decision away. I love you.